To be continued. Hee hee. Okay, we just got our bags after quite an experience of having to check them in from Delhi to Malaysia, but we're in Malaysia. We just walked out and now we're in a mall. Kind of confused by how we ended up in a mall.
You get free Starbucks if you're a tourist, though.
Ooh, I'm a tourist.
If you spend $200 in the mall, you show proof, and you show them your passport, your international passport, you get a free drink.
Julie, go buy some jeans. Yeah.
Well, wait, let's check how much 200 is. First.
200 is like...
It's 40 US. Yeah, you spend $45 US dollars. Well, now we can take it and I hate my jeans so we can get on Starbucks. For real.
Yeah. And then we reached Malaysia, got our bags, and guess who we found? Maya's parents. So there they are, and there's this big reunion of all 5 of us in the airport in Malaysia. We're in Kuala Lumpur, and we're all like hugging, saying hi. It's been forever. We haven't seen y'all in a while. You haven't seen us in a while. What's going on? What's good? We've all just reached Malaysia. Get in a grab, and we head off to our hotel. I think this is where like the adventure really starts. Not just like getting there. Granted, getting there took so much work and had so much stories and fun involved. But this is where it like starts. We are in Malaysia. We reach the hotel, we drop our bags, and then like your room's not ready yet. Check-in isn't until like a little bit later. Check back at like 1. Right? And we're like, oh, okay, sure, that's not a problem. But like, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that for us right now. And we are exhausted. We are so tired because we had been basically traveling for 3 days to get to Malaysia and going through so many time zones, and it's a mess. So we're like, okay, what do we do here? How do we move? What is our plan of action? Right? So, well, can't do anything much, but we do have the perk right now that our hotel is connected to a mall. It's inside of a mall. Something like that, I don't know. So we walk around and we try to find breakfast. We do. Quickly learned, oh well, at least that was my first experience. The food was okay at first because I was hungry, but then as I like continue eating, I was like, what am I eating? That experience does not go for like the rest of the trip, but it was just like that one place that we started off with. I loved their menu, dude. It was so cool, and like the texture was so nice and everything. So we kind of end up after a while splitting off into like different like groups, like pairs or whatever you want to take it. So Maya and I go our way. I think Julie and her mom stay together, and then Mr. Dad kind of just like wanders about and ends up like catching up with one of us at some point. Okay, if you're watching this, it means I paused the video to tell you something. There isn't much B-roll from when we were in Malaysia on my end because I lost a lot of that footage. I may have lost my SD cards in Singapore, which was right after this, and I didn't have it backed up, I think. And I deleted a lot of my phone footage at the time because I needed space and I thought I had it backed up. I didn't. I didn't. It's gone. So you all got like nothing. For now at least. We'll see and figure that out as like this story progresses. I'm gonna check to see if I do have anything left on my Dropbox, but if I don't, this is really it, and hence y'all are seeing this video. I'm sorry. It was like, this mall was huge. There were like 17 floors to this mall, so we just had so much time to adventure. And the first things we did, I think, was like find stuff like a new case on my like phone or whatever, because like her case was like basically demolished. at that point. I don't remember much. It was a long haul at that point. I remember I was like eating a lot and like drinking a lot of sweets or whatever, maybe. I'm just like macroing all these stores, like looking through to see what they had, what they didn't have. That's all I remember. Until eventually Maya and I realized that this mall had an amusement park in it. Found it. Let's find Julie and let's go in the amusement park. Funny enough, their parents and Julie kind of found us around the same time, or were looking for us around the same time. And they had like this landmark. They were like, okay, well, we're on like the 14th floor by the McDonald's. You could come meet us there. And we're like, oh, we're right by like the 14th floor. So me, Julie, and Maya head off, and we're going to this amusement park inside this mall, which is crazy that there's an amusement park inside a mall. We head off, and Maya's parents kind of just like go, and like her mom is getting her nails done, her dad is getting a foot massage. I don't know. They're doing like regular people things, I guess. And we enjoy and just have fun in this amusement park for who knows how long. Okay, so we've done roller coasters, swingy things, bumper cars. What else did we do?
Spinning.
Yeah, spinning. It spun us around.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Spinning it like this. Like the train.
The train that Maya was just talking about crossing.
And then we get to cross. Oh wow.
Okay, I hand you over to my co-viewer.
I think Jordan said everything. Right now we're crossing a train track, and we are looking for the fantasy labyrinth, which might be for children. So I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm just going with it. We're done. We're like, okay, finito. Let's get out of here. By now the room should be ready. We go up to the room and kind of immediately end up just knocking out. We're out cold and we're just like, ooh, good nap, good reset, good recharge. And then I wake up eventually and everyone's asleep. Everyone is just asleep. I'm like, what do I do here? I'm up, I'm ready to go. It's probably about like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. So like 5 a.m. back home, I'm not even sure. But like, just like, okay, well, I guess I'll go wander the mall, see if I find other things that are out there. That reminds me, when we were like walking around from the amusement park, and it was like the three of us, we found like this store that was like collecting, like a collector store, I don't know, antique store. I don't know what it was really, but like in the store, the guy had like dollar bills from around the world that he collected, and he had a Trinidad $1, but like it was a really old one, so we gave him a new one instead. And it's just like a little fun fact. I come back inside. By now everyone's up, kind of. Maya and I go out on our own adventure in the mall again to find food because we're hungry.
Maya and Jordan disappeared, but they'll be making their own vlogs, so we catch up with them.
We get food, and it was good. Like, it was so good. I wish I like wrote down what I had that time, because we tried like a different place and it was like street. It was like regular like Malaysian food, I guess. Street food kind of, but like inside the mall. Does that count as street food if it's not off the street? Whatever, you get what I mean. So we're like eating this and it's like really good. She had like a soup, I think, and I think I had like, I don't know, there's a picture of that, what we had somewhere, and I'll find it and I'll plop it like there. So we're done eating, we're just knocking about. We find Mr. Dad at some point and now knocking about. He's like, right, you're ready to go? And we're like, ready to go? And he's like, yeah, we're going out. It's like, oh, okay. So we go out. Little did we know that we were going out for food. So two of us already ate. none the wiser that the plan was to go out for food. And we're like, damn. I need to see if I can find like the name of like the street again. But it was like filled with just like people and like people selling food left, right, and center, just like everywhere. And like people are like trying to pull you into their restaurants, trying to sell you things. We eventually sit down somewhere. My husband ordered stingray. I can't remember what everyone ordered at this point. And two of us like we just ate, so we're not like hungry anymore. So we ordered like really small things. And I was just like, yeah, I'll have a bear. I quickly learned my lesson that night of the size of their bears. So like bears across on that side of the world. Because when I said I'll just have a bear, and I said whatever bear, I think it was like the same bear Maya's dad ordered, and they had a tiger bear, and the guy watched them and was like, 2 glasses, and they're like, yeah, sure, why not? And in my head I was like, okay, well, yeah, I guess you could always split a bear if you don't really want to drink a whole bear. Sting man watched me and was like, do you want like 2 glasses, kind of inferring like if Maya and I wanted to share one. I was like, well, Maya doesn't really like beer. I could drink a whole beer by myself, so it's fine. It's like, no, I'll just have one, I guess. I don't really see why I need a glass, but okay, sure. If that's how you work on the study reel, that's how you work. And then they came out with the bear, and the bear's the size of my head, or a little bit bigger, and I'm just like, what? That's not what I was expecting. Now I understand why you asked if I needed 2 glasses, and why we're sharing, but wow. What do I do here? So now I'm just trying to drink this beer that's bigger than my head, and I could not finish it, and Mr. Dad had to help me finish it. Because I was just like, wow, this is a lot of beer. Okay. And it was crazy to me to see that people were like, when we were passing around, were like drinking like 3 of these bottles on their own, 4 of these bottles. Like, how are you drinking this much beer? I mean, it sure tastes good, but like, how are you drinking this much? This bottle is as big as my head. So that's it for that first night in Malaysia. Day 2 of Malaysia, we wake up and we go across to the Batu Caves. Going across to the Batu Caves was fun. It was so pretty, especially with like all those colorful steps and everything. And we reach across, and like so much people are there, like so much. It was so nice. We do like the prayers and everything. We get the prayers band tied on us. Mr. Dan and I get scarves. There's a picture with us and it on somewhere. I'll put that in there. I actually put that up for Father's Day. Which was like yesterday or the day before. I don't know, I'm losing track of time. Anyways, so that, right? We all have fun, it's all well and good. Everything is going okay and fine. And like in the middle of like the prayers itself, like we're not done, we're still like by everything. A monkey a monkey jumps up on me and he's trying to steal like the offerings I have. And I'm just like, so my first reaction, because he did it real sneakily, is he just like came out of nowhere and jumped up on my waist, and I'm feeling him grab for something. But I don't know what it is. I don't look down initially. I'm just like feeling this weight on me and it's grabbing something. And I'm like, it's not my camera. And it's not my camera bag. Okay, whatever it is right now, let it go. Because I was told very early on, don't fight the monkeys. They will gang up on you if you try to fight them. And I was willing to fight this monkey if he was trying to take my camera or my camera bag, but I was just like, it's neither of those, so it's fine. That happened. It was an interesting experience to feel a monkey just grab up, jump on me, and like try to steal whatever was out of my hand. So eventually we're done at Batu Caves. We leave and we go across the Petronas Towers. Petronas Towers was so cool to just like stare at, and then being inside it, I very quickly realized that Petronas Towers is like a whole like shopping experience inside there. To which me, Maya, and Julie split up on our own, and we went our way and started like doing our own thing. And so did Auntie and Mr. Dad. So their parents went one way, we went our own way, and we were just like there and vibing. Eventually, their parents were like, "Well, you don't know how to get back to the hotel, so bye," and left us there. We had a good bit of food there, had a good bit of exploring and walking around. While we were there, I bought Mother's Day presents for my mom and grandmother, who were like still obviously in Trinidad, and it got sent back home. So when Maya's parents were like leaving to go back to Trinidad, I sent it back with them so they could get it. Yeah. That is all I really remember of Malaysia. I can't remember if we did anything that second night or not. I don't think we did. I could be wrong. But we did have to wake up early in the morning the next day to go to the airport, to go to Singapore. And that's where that adventure will continue, and you'll get a part 2 to this video. This video is going to be in so many parts just because of how long it's going to end up being. Some parts longer or shorter than others. You get the idea. But this is the Asia Storytime documentary thing. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to my story.